Okay. Right, I think we're live. So, hello.
Yo.
I have posted this, I think, in a couple of other places, so it's not just in the Witchcraft Live group. And I know we started a little bit late because we had a little,
Malfunction.
there was a little bit of a malfunction, but also there was some ethics involved that we had to sort out. So, it is what it is at the end of the day. So basically, in terms of the competition, because we know that a lot of armchair magicians and witches out there don't cast spells. They buy all the books, they watch all the videos, they like
Get
to
lots
think
of
of
crystals.
themselves. Yeah, collect all the crystals. They like to think of themselves as witches and stuff, but they don't actually do anything. And I think a lot of them are worried about doing something, particularly when it comes to like the sorts of black magic, hexes, curses, and jinxes, that sort of thing. They kind of get a little bit scared of that. So I figured, what better way to test them than to pit them against each other, good witches versus bad witches, and give them a target, right? So we'll give them a target. The target's name is some complete a-hole called Raven Grimsby, third degree initia in Alexandrian witchcraft. So, there's someone that should know a little bit about magic. And again, I'm not going to go into too much of his backstory because I don't really want to flavor what's going to happen, to him. But what I thought we could do is if we post his picture in the Witchcraft Live Facebook group, and then what they can do is they can decide if they want to hex him, they can hex him. If they're nicey people and they don't really want to hex because it's bad and rule of three and all that kind of crap, I thought those sorts of people would probably want to do a healing or something. So I thought if we pitch the good witches against the bad witches and we get them and
see
say,
who's
look,
got more punch.
Yeah, here's this guy. Who's going to win? A couple of you are going to hex him. A couple of you are going to heal him. When we do our next Ask a Witch video, which is the first Sunday of March, we'll know by then whether the bad witches have managed to manifest something nasty in his life or whether the good witches have been able to push that away. Okay, so obviously from the perspective of they're going to have to pick, and I figured if we make this a kind of little competition and give the winning team a prize. So if you want to get involved, join the Witchcraft Live Facebook group. Have a little look at the picture. Underneath the picture, because it will be a post that's put on in the announcements, all you need to do is put your name and whose team you're on. So I'm going to take the bad witches, so that'll be Team Liam. And Chris, you're going to take the good witches, aren't you?
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, because you want to take the good witches, because everyone thinks
Obviously.
that you're a nicey person.
I'm such the nice one.
So if you're going to be hexing Raven, you're on Team Liam. If you're going to be healing Raven and stopping those bad witches, then you're on Team Chris. So we're only relying on spell work. No astrally projecting and ripping his soul out of his body, bad witches out there. We're not allowed to do that. We're just relying on standard spell work. And remember, you need to join the Witchcraft Live Facebook group in order to get his picture, okay? Like we get a couple of weeks. There's a couple of weeks until we will reveal who's won. By that time, it should be pretty obvious because, well, he might be dead, he might not be dead. Who knows what's going to happen? Depends whether the good witches or bad witches win. But one of us is going to win. And for the team that wins, whether it's Team Liam or Team Chris, those people are going to get a prize. But obviously, you'll have to register before then. You're going to have to say, okay, in the comments underneath his picture, I'm on Team Liam or Chris. Now, I know that some of you don't want to put that information out private, out there, even though it's a private group. So private message me or Chris and say, look, don't want to put my comment out there, but actually I'm going to hex the son of a bitch. I'm on your team. Or, I don't think you should be doing this, so I want to enter into this competition and try and save Raven Grimsby from you nasty witches. And you can send that to me. We'll class that as you entering into the competition, just not wanting to put your name in the comments, because we know people don't want to let others know what they're up to. Does that sound fair enough?
I think that's fair. think that's great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. So you've got to join the Witchcraft Live Facebook group if you haven't already. The picture will be going on there. You've got a couple of weeks. I think it is. Oh, it will be a Sunday. So Sunday the 7th of March. You've got up until the Friday before. So you've got up until Friday the 5th of March in order to tell us in private message or in the comments which team you're going to be on and cast your spells. We don't really care what happens to Raven because he's a tit.
Very much so.
So that's why we've selected him for this. But at the end of the day, you're either going to want to do some mixing.
I feel like we should also add a disclaimer that says it's not because he's a Wiccan.
No, it's not because he's a Wiccan. It's not because he's a Wiccan.
Because that's the only bit of information about him you've given. It kind of makes it sound like we're taking the Wiccan bashing to the next level, and that's not the case.
No, we've picked a Wiccan because obviously he's incapable of defending himself. So,
and our mate Fanny doesn't like him, so that's what it comes down to.
She said, "Look, you're into all this internet stuff." I showed her the internet the other day.
Here's a target for you.
I showed her, she did have a computer, right? Fanny got a computer. Someone bought her. One of her students bought her one. She's never, ever plugged it together. And I tell you how old it is. It's one with an actual monitor, like a television monitor. It's not a flat screen or anything. She's like, I'll get that out one day. I'm like, I wouldn't even bother. That's so obsolete. It probably wouldn't even work. I swear it's still on dial-up or whatever it is. But yeah, I showed her on my phone, obviously, what we get up to with the Facebook groups and stuff. She said, oh, there's someone that she's found rather annoying, Raven, obviously, which was a former student of hers. But there we go. So anyway, we've decided that we are going to allow you to target this person. Don't worry, it's not going to come back on you because the person's completely inept. Not because they're a Wiccan, but because they're a crappy Wiccan. Okay. So there we go. Join the Witchcraft Live Facebook group, hex or heal him, and then we shall see who wins on Sunday, the 7th of March. If you've got any questions, then you can let us know. Is that about everything?
Yeah, I also think what you could do is even if you don't want to declare publicly, what you could do is post some pictures of whatever spell working you do.
Yeah,
on the Witchcraft Live group, because that would be really cool, because then other people can get ideas and they can also talk about what you're doing, see if they can figure out whether or not you're hexing or healing just based on what you've done.
That's really great. I like that idea, actually.
Some blind spell pictures.
Yeah, it's just that you have to let us know that you want to enter into the competition either privately or on there, because obviously we want to write a list of people, and one of the teams is going to win, and we want to give them a little prize or something. So, and it will be a nice prize. It won't be like, a string of bad luck or anything. So, yeah. Join the Facebook Live, Witchcraft Live Facebook group. Have a little look at Raven. He will be up there. I will be posting him literally right now. There we go. He's posted. And, so he'll be up there for a little while. We don't care much about your ethic, so if you're upset about us getting other people to hex him and stuff, then instead of moaning like little whiny bitches, why don't you instead do a healing on him and save him from the bad witches? You could join Team Chris. And, if you think, well, I've always wanted to screw over for a degree Wiccan high priest or whatever, then join Team Liam, because trust me, as our Patreons will be finding out soon, he deserves it. So, anything more to add, Chris, or shall I end it now?
No, I think that's good.
Okay.
I'm going to say go Team Chris.
Yeah, go Team Liam. And we all know that it's easier to break something than it is to fix something. So, I think I'm going to be winning. Bye, everyone.